It was an opening day in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And it was a new superintendent, and it was 800 support staff and teachers. And I get there, and the assistant to the superintendent, she meets me. Her name is Nancy. Nancy's outside. She looks very concerned. And I said, Nancy, is everything okay? You need a Tic Tac? What's going on? She looks at me and she says, we have a huge problem, Mr. Glenn. Huge. What's the problem? She said, all the plumbing has been shut down. We can't use the bathrooms here. And I can't get a hold of the Porta-John guy. And just with her signature humor, she goes, I don't know what we're going to do. There's not a forest nearby. And I'm just trying not to laugh. You know, you ever hear something, you're like, don't laugh, think of stubbing your toe. You know, and I'm trying not to laugh. And they did not communicate to anybody on stage that all the bathrooms had been shut down and what had happened. Failure to communicate leads to what? Anyone? Those are all great answers. I'm going to go with entertainment. So the superintendent, he gets up and he says, okay, guys, we're going to take a 15-minute breather. And we got an exciting speaker who's going to kick off the new year with enthusiasm. Who knew? I have never seen people usher out into the lobby and the doors are locked. And people are like, the door's locked. It starts off mild. And then it just escalates. People are like, somebody, for the love of God, just open the door. And panic. What a great theme. Sometimes superintendents are like, we need a theme to start the year. There you go. Turn up the heat, serve a Mexican-style breakfast, lock all the bathroom doors. This year's theme, problem solving. Figure it out. I like it. So Nancy, she comes out of nowhere, and she says this. She says, everybody, she gets everybody's attention. She goes, everybody, okay, here's the situation. The plumbing has been shut down. We can't use the bathrooms, but I do have good news. If you would like to help yourselves to seconds at the buffet, please do so. And then she blends back into the crowd. Now everybody is outside. They're all outside trying to figure it out. They don't know what to do. And nobody's giving any solutions or answers. And I'm just kind of observing. I'm an observer. And then finally, there's a guy who's about, I don't know, I'm 6'7". This guy had to have been almost 7 feet tall. And I mean, God, he was the hairiest guy I've ever seen. I mean, I swear to God, he looked like Sasquatch. Like, this is why they can't find him, because he's blended in the Albuquerque, New Mexico school district system. So he's standing there, and I just kind of observe his hair moving with the wind. And I'm like, Sasquatch guy's moving. And there's a church that you might see in an old John Wayne Western movie. And it's kitty corner, and he's looking at the church, and he's just kind of bobbing like this. And I'm like, something's happening. And I kid you not, I can't embellish this enough. I wish I had it on video. I would show it to the world. He lifts his hands in there and he goes, that's it! I need the Lord! And he starts running for the church. And people watched him run and they're like, you know what? I need the Lord too. And hundreds of people followed him. And it wasn't like a Sunday or anything like that. The church was open. And the way my brain works, I'm like, I got to see what happens. And I went over there, and there's only one person in the church. It was Pastor Daryl. He has got the same sense of humor that I do. And he's just all confused, like, what's going on? Is it a revival? I'm like, kind of. And I explained it to him. He goes, beans and burritos, that really moves people, doesn't it? And he goes, what about all those other people that won't come over? I'm like, well, they just don't feel like it's good etiquette, so they're just trying not to cough or sneeze. And he goes, maybe I can help him out. So he grabs a roll of toilet paper and he just kind of lets it go in the wind. He starts walking towards them across the street. And he's like, come! Your salvation lies within. And that is my beans and burrito story. I love it.